Now children, today again we will see balancing of equations. We are given this equation for balancing. Here since there is no mention of H plus or OH minus, so they have specified as basic medium. Means this equation is given to you and that takes place in basic medium, and now we have to balance it. So you see how I balance it. First, I have calculated the oxidation numbers of various atoms present in this chemical reaction. Cr is plus 3, O is normally minus 2, H is plus 1. This I, when you will calculate, you will find it comes out to be plus 5. O was minus 2. Here Cr is plus 6. O is as usual minus 2. And here I will be minus 1 because you can see it's having charge minus 1. So now children, I have done the first step. I wrote all the oxidation numbers of various atoms present in this equation. Now my next step is I will write two half reactions. So how I can see this, that I from here to here, it has gone like this, from plus 5 to minus 1. So it is reduction. And Cr from plus 3 goes to this, and this is oxidation. So I could sort out two half reactions. So now you see my first equation is CrOH whole thrice goes to CrO4 2 minus. This is my oxidation half reaction. And the other one is iO3 minus goes to I minus. This is my reduction half reaction. Now children, I have to balance these two equations. So I will take first this one and then number 2 this one. So I am copying this first. This is your here CrOH whole thrice going into CrO4 2 minus. So for balancing, as we have always seen, first always balance the atoms other than H and O. So here Cr is balanced. Then H and O are left. So out of H and O, we know again that we should first balance O. Here I have O3 and there I have O4. Means this side is deficient in O. So for balancing of O in basic medium, rule says add same number of OH minus ions. So I will take one OH minus ion so that now O becomes 4 on both the sides. So now O4 both the sides. Next is balancing of H. Rule says for balancing of H, I have to write same number of H2O. I can see here I have got 3 and 1 4H and that side no H. So I have to write 4H2O on the deficient side. And on the opposite side, I will have to write equal number of OH minus. Why children? Actually, I just wanted 4H. But you see with this 4H, actually I've got 8H and 4 O's. So means out of 8H, 4 were really required. But 4H and 4 O were not required. So I will have to again write equal number of OH minus ions on the opposite side. So I wrote. Now if you see equation is balanced in terms of atoms other than H and O, which is Cr here, then O 4 and 1 5, 4 1 5 and 3 8. Here it is 4 and 4 8. H you see 4 1 5 and 3 8, and here 4 2 8. So equation is balanced in terms of all the atoms. Now last thing we have to see, is it balanced in terms of charges? So you see children, here I have 4 and 1 minus 5 OH, and here I have only 2 here I have got 5 negative and here I have got only 2 negative. It means I need to have 3 electrons here extra. Now it is 4 and 1 5, 5 minus, and this is 2 and 3, 5 minus. So now this equation is balanced in terms of electrons and charges and everything. So it is balanced. So now it is my say 1 dash first balanced equation, right? And now I will balance the other equation also. And my second equation is, here you see, it is I O3 minus goes to I minus. Here to first balance the atoms other than H and O. And in terms of I, it is already balanced. Now next is H and O. Out of H and O, we first balance O. Here O is 3 on this side, while there's no O on this side. So for deficiency of O, we write as per rules the equal number of OH minus ions on the deficient side. So I will write 3 OH minus on this side. So now my O's are balanced. But the point is, because of this balancing of O, I got H extra here. And for the balancing of H, on the deficient side, we write equal number of H2O. So you see children, this side I've got 3H. So I will have to write 3H2O on this side. Okay. So this way I tried to balance H, but what happened? 3H2O I wrote because 3H were running short, and rule says on the opposite side I have to write equal number of OH minus. So it will be plus 3OH minus. So this way H and O all should be balanced. Let us check once again. I balanced 3O and 3, 6 O's, 3 and 3, 6 O's balanced, 6H, 6H all balanced. So this equation is balanced in terms of all atoms. Now last thing, charges. Here I have got 1 minus, and here I have got 1, 3 and 3, 6. So total I have got 6, 3 and 3, 6 minus, and 1 minus, 7 minus. And here I have got only 1 minus. So it means here 6 plus 1, 7 minus, and here it is only 1 minus. Means I need to put 6 electrons on this side. Right children? I need to put 6 electrons on this side. And this is my, in a way, 2 dash balanced equation. Now if you want, we can further summarize and make them short. Like I can write this equation children in this manner. You see, I'm trying to summarize it. How? Like I can write this way. Like it is 6 electrons plus 3 H2O plus IO3 minus gives you I minus plus 6 OH minus. Hope you will understand this, and it is 2 double dash, right? So this is this equation balanced, and now I will write this. Now while doing so, you can see children, ultimately I have to add up these two equations, right? I have to add up these two equations. So what will I do? You see, it will have, okay, I'm writing this for you, but again then you write again. I can see here it has got 6 electrons, it has got 3 electrons. So naturally electrons cannot be cancelled. With the result, if I want to add up the equations 2 and 1 in such a way that electrons get cancelled, so logic says I should multiply this equation by 2. So now it will be this 4 OH and 1 5 OH. So 5 2s are 10 OH minus. You see, 5 OH and plus 1 OH. 4 and plus 1 5 and into 2. So this will be 10 OH minus. Let me write here together. I hope you can understand. 4 and 1 5 OH were there. Whole equation multiplied by 2. So I can directly write 10 OH minus plus 2 Cr OH whole thrice, because multiplied by 2, will give you twice CrO4 2 minus plus, since multiplied by 2, it will be 8 H2O plus 6 electrons. Now you try to add up the equation. You see how it goes, children. I'm just following the rules. So you see, when I'm adding 6 electrons here, 6 electrons here get cancelled. Sorry, it should be here. My mistake. It should not be here. That was just the equation I was showing. Right? Now, so this is, let me do it neatly so that there's no confusion. Right? Now this is there. And OH, now you see here, I'll write this way. This will be, let's try to go in this manner, or okay, let it go this way. It is IO3 minus, right? Plus here it is 3H2O, here it is 8H2O. So, or let's say first write the main thing. IO3 minus plus 2CrOH whole thrice. Now, few things are common, we can write this way. I have got 10 OH minus this side and I have got 6 OH minus this side. It means I will be having here 4 OH minus, so it is algebraic sum, right? So here it is 3H2O, here it is 8H2O. So first I will have 2CrO4, 2 minus plus I minus, right? Plus I minus plus water 3H2O, and that's it. So it will be 5H2O, right? And hope you will find the equation is balanced. You see, IO3 minus plus 2CrOH whole thrice plus 4OH minus gives you 2CrO4 2 minus plus I minus plus 5H2O, and hope equation is balanced. So children, you see, this way I have been able to balance the equation. I repeat, I was given this equation, I had to balance this. I first wrote the oxidation numbers, then I found out that Cr thing goes to Cr plus 6, got oxidized, and IO3 minus goes to I minus, it is reduction. I framed two half reaction, this goes to this, and IO3 goes to I minus, two half equations. Then I was balancing each one after the other. So first I took up this for balancing. So first I balanced atoms other than H and O. Here it was Cr already balanced. For balancing of O, you see it was 4 this side, it was only 3. I brought one OH minus ion. I could get it balanced. But then what happens? I had to balance H also. 3 and 1/4 was H. So ultimately I had to bring same number of H2O on the deficient side I brought, and then to balance further on the opposite side same number of OH minus ions, and then I balance equation in terms of charges. 4 and 1 5 minus, here it was 2 minus, so finally 5 and here 2, so I had to write 3 electrons and plus 3 electrons. This equation got balanced. Then it was this IO3 minus going to I minus. So I was already balanced. For balancing O, I had to write 3 OH minus. Opposite side, I had to, because I had 3H here, so opposite side 3H2O. For 3H2O, I had to write same number of OH minus ions on the opposite side, and then charges balancing 3 3 6 1 7 minus this side. It was only 1 minus this side, so ultimately I had to write 6 electrons. These were my two half balanced equations in balance in all terms. Then for adding up, we had to see that electrons should get cancelled. It means if I have to add up equations in such a way that electrons get cancelled, I had to multiply this by 2. I multiplied this equation by 2, and then I got this value. Finally, I added, and you see it was 4 and 1 5 OH minus. So 5 to the 10, so I wrote 10 OH minus. Then it was this is 10 OH minus. You see, first I wrote this equation as it is. 10 OH minus plus 2 CrOH whole thrice give the 2 CrO4 minus 8 H2O, 6 electrons. And this was as it is, 6 electrons, 3 H2O, IO3 minus gives you I minus plus 6 OH minus. How 6 OH minus? I have put them together. So I tried to simplify and summarize both the equations, and once they were like balanced perfectly, I had to do the algebraic addition of these, and then finally I got this equation, because when we have H2O on both the sides, so we have to go algebraically with the result. This is our final equation. You see 6 electrons got cancelled both the sides. Here 3 H2O and here 8 H2O. So obviously it will be 5 H2O here, 2 CrOH whole thrice, IO3 minus as it is, 10 OH minus and 6 OH minus, obviously 4 OH minus this side, and rest gets cancelled. So this is our balancing of equation. Hope you have understood. This is what we do in the basic medium. So this I have done trying to show you side by side while doing it myself balancing so that you can see how I was doing. And the same way I had done for the aesthetic medium in my previous class. So hope it is clear to you. You try to again see once or twice the video at home whenever you have time. Things will be very clear to you. It is not difficult, but yes, you have to follow rules and remember the rules also for application. So this is all for this video. We stop here.